Further down the hallway, the other 7 were there waiting, their eyes wide and hands shaking. Carson in his hands through his hair, his eyes down on the floor. Katrina was holding on to Owen like a child to his father's leg, each looking like a puppy that had just been hit. "What are we gonna do?" Katrina said before Shade even made it back. Shay was quiet. Inside her mind, she knew they had to run. But run where? For all she knew, escaping this maze of hallway meant being met with a gun in her face. She had to lean herself against the wall to keep her head from spinning. Why are they looking to me? I'm none the wiser in this situation than they are. It's my fault this even happened. Why are you asking me? She said, eyeing Carson out of the corner of her eye, seeking an answer. Carson shrugged. Thanks for the help, she muttered silently, quiet in her mind. I'm just as terrified as the rest of you. Throw me a damn bone. Eagerly, Katrina began, but Carson cut her off. I say we run, his visage devoid of emotion. Everyone turned to stare at him, disgusted looks on all their faces. Of course you want to run. You'd have run this but a mile. Lelia spat. Hey, Lelia, if I put your opinion in one hand and spit in the other, what do I get? He shot back. Carson, Shay snapped. This is not the time. So what is it time for? He replied, seemingly wondering, cautiously unsure. You heard the guy. Time to try it or not die, Marina said. How exactly do we do that? Kylie asked, seemingly more afraid of the requirement of physical activity than the thought of an impending demise. Despite how badly she wanted to have an answer, she didn't. She didn't know what would be waiting out these doors if they ever made it out. And the idea chilled her bones. They were just kids. Already they were about to buckle under the pressure of the doctor's ultimatum. But how much greater would the pressure become if they actually did what he commanded of them? She couldn't fathom them doing it. None of them had the heart of a killer. Let's figure that out as we go, Marina told her, taking a wide step down the hallway. But if those people are coming after us, I'm not waiting here for them with open arms. Her words hit the home run. Murmurs rippled through the group, and the group of frightened teenagers instantly began to move, steadily picking up into a sprint. The opening back into the main hallway was coming into view within minutes. Over the steady drumbeat rhythm of shoes across tiles, she could hear voices. They were murmurs, barely audible over the footfalls, yet recognizable as the sounds of her classmates. They were getting closer. Her stomach lurched when she realized everyone was going to see their eyes. And see them about to shit their pants with fright. Will they notice our eyes? If they do, will it be our eyes or Cassie's that are noticed first? Shay shuddered at just thinking of the chaos that would ensue. Stop! Everyone skidded to a halt. Adrenaline accompanied to the sudden burst of fear that racked her body, before bracing to find a line of armed cops before her. No, it was too early for them to be here. She tried to assure herself, finding it difficult to believe. It had to be someone else, someone benign. She wasn't ready to die just yet. For normal students, the sight of a red-faced teacher would cause them to panic. For the curious and unfortunate Cassie, the fuming science teacher was almost comforting. It was rather better than being met with a gun and an inevitable end, even if a pissed-off teacher meant attention. It wasn't looking like they'd be around to serve it anyways. I hope you know we've called the school. You 9 are in big trouble, the teacher barked. Other students were beginning to gather around, eyes round and curious. As more flocked to the scene, the exit that been within sight had now become a task to reach. They had to make it through the crowd to get to the doors. What if they infect our classmates? She took a deep breath. Don't think like that. Focus, Shay. Get us out of here. It's the final week of school. Give us a break, Katrina said back. Shay elbowed Katrina on the side. It didn't matter what bridges they burned anymore, but it wasn't the time to set an inferno. Don't make this any worse. We seriously need to get out of here, she whispered into Katrina's ear. No, this is unacceptable. For one, you snuck away on a field trip, which is obviously against the rules. Only you nine decided it would be a wise idea to do so inside a CDC. You do realize what bad things, terrible things you could have stumbled upon, she shouted, scolding them. The irony of her words stung. You all need to come with me now. There's a bus waiting to take us back to the school. You're kidding, right? Katrina snapped. That's a little extreme. At this point, she was zoning out of Katrina and the teacher's argument. She was trying to analyze the crowd for a whole, a path for everyone to slip through without touching anyone. It was a strange, terrible thought for her, that the mere touch of her skin could seal someone's fate, almost as if she was a living, breathing weapon. These people were her classmates, friends. It would be a massive weight upon her chest to know she caused their deaths. A hole needed to open up in the crowd, and it needed to happen now. The sand was almost gone from the hourglass. As if by some miracle, a hole appeared in the crowd. It was small, just a delicate path between a ring of bodies, but it was a chance she knew they'd have to take. If she did somehow touch anyone, she wouldn't even turn around to see the aftermath. When she was out of here, she and the others would be gone, running as fast as they could. She felt her body tense, bracing to sprint through the pressing mass of bodies. She recognized every face within the group. Then she was off. Everyone seemed to instantly part for her as she ran. She silently thanked whatever had possessed them to do this, for none of her friends would be dying today, carriers included. She was getting them out alive, for it was her fault they were ensnared in the situation, so she may as well get them out. Miss Claire, get back here. If I remember right, you've already served several detentions this semester. Yeah, and I'm not serving any more, you old bitch, she said loudly, and with glee as her feet carried her down the hallway, sounds of laughter echoing from her classmates. If anyone really was going to try to kill her, she didn't see any harm in telling her old bat of a teacher her opinion. The doctor told them they had to cut all ties. She had no problem severing this one. Stop right there. This time it was no teacher. The voice was deep, clearly male, and no male teacher had accompanied them on a field trip. For some reason, her legs quit, bringing her to getting to a halt. She heard everyone stop behind her, their panting accompanied with one or two nervous gasps. She looked up. Her eyes fell first upon the black uniform donned by the city's police force. A bulletproof vest, all black as well, was strapped above the uniform. SWAT was bolded in white across the chest and helmet. It took her a few moments to realize the face beneath the visor. The dark brown eyes and square jaw, so much like her own. The man pointing the gun in her face was her father.